Hey guys, this is Gene at DMS Bait, and this report is current as of Saturday morning here on the 29th. Sorry I didn't get to you sooner, but we do have quite a bit of ice on the chain here. Obviously not everything is frozen yet. Lake Mendota and Monona are still for the most part wide open. Although on Lake Mendota, the little lagoon areas on the west side of the lake, Spring Harbor, Marshall Park, County Park, those are froze over. I haven't heard a lot of activity on those areas yet. Typically those fish don't really move in there until we got some ice a ways out onto the lake. Over here in Warner Bay, there's a little bit of ice going out just out in front of the beach and the boat landing there. A couple guys have ventured out a little bit, but I haven't heard any action yet. And then up in North Shore Bay, again, it's froze over up there. I know some guys have ventured out a little bit, but I haven't heard any action. Over on Lake Monona, again, Lake Monona for the most part is open, but there are a lot of ice in the Triangle, North Triangle, and in Monona Bay, and in most of Squaw Bay. Monona Bay seems to be getting most of the attention, Monona Bay and the Triangle. It's day by day, but there's quite a few bluegills in there. Some days you get mostly small fish or no fish, and then all of a sudden you'll get some real nice fish and quite a few of them. And by nice, I mean 7, 7.5. Once in a while a little bit bigger than that, but 7, 7.5 is probably the nicer fish. Squaw Bay, I know some guys have been tip-up fishing in there. I haven't really heard any results at all. And I know there's been a couple guys trying to get around in there and do a little jigging, and again, I haven't heard any results from that. I did hear there's some guys out on Upper Mud Lake, and I just heard that from some fellows that were driving by the belt line there. I didn't hear anything about ice thickness or fish activity. Back to ice thickness, I'm sorry. Most of the places I'm hearing about 4, 4.5, 5 inches now, including up on Cherokee Marsh. Lake Wabeesa is totally iced over. I've heard quite a few guys fishing on most of that lake. Lake Farm Park, Goodland Park. I did hear some bluegills down by the marsh yesterday, and it sounded like that action was fair. I haven't heard too many bluegills anywhere else, and I did hear from a couple of guys that were poking around trying to do a little perch fishing, and again, they were saying about 4 inches of ice out over the deeper water, but I didn't hear much for perch action yet. Lake Kegonsa is froze over, and the same ice thickness, I'm sure, 4 inches or so, maybe even 5 out there now, but I know guys have been venturing around, or at least I've been told there's guys out there venturing around, but I haven't heard anything for action down there yet. Viking Park, the ditch is down by Stoughton, iced over. Guys have been fishing it for a week or so. Well, about a week. And mostly smaller gills is all I've been hearing. If they're getting any bigger ones, I haven't heard that. Otherwise, north of town here, up by Fish Lake, Crystal Lake area, Fish Lake, they've been fishing that. A few bass up in there. I haven't heard too much on Crystal Lake yet. They were complaining the ice was too clear. Once you get us a snow cover here like we have this morning, things should pick up out there. Over on Fox Lake and Beaver Dam, guys are fishing over there. I've heard a few walleyes on Beaver Dam and a few bluegills over on Fox Lake. I think that's really all I have here locally. I guess Lake Wisconsin, the grade they've been fishing on, I've heard both ways. I've heard some little fish, I've heard no fish, and I've heard a few nice fish. The fingers at Harmony Grove, what I seem to hear mostly is small fish. And really, that's about it for right now. If you guys got anything you'd like to offer or any more questions, you can call me at the store, 608-241-4225. If you're on the road looking to listen to a report, you can call the fishing report hotline. It's 244-3474. That spells big fish, 608-244-3474. Thanks. Talk to you later.